Is this thing on? Yes, it is. The stream is starting soon. In the meantime, enjoy some music. Cookie for someone who gets that terrible reference.
Bottom left.
Hello. For people who could see it, that was the new stream starting soon screen hanging out. Not quite positioned correctly yet, but we're working on a bunch of graphic styles and stuff. I have a person, super cool person who's helping out with it. And I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I was setting up some really small final things, and I decided, well, might as well show it off. So that's what we did. Do we have lights? We do not. Actually, we do. Never mind. I'm not awake today. I'm doubled, I would be. Not anymore, I'm not. There we go. Alright. More try hack me today. We're doing... Oh, wrong scene. We're doing a couple things today. I want to see if we can blast through most of these try hack me web challenges in this path. They're relatively quick and easy. Most of them are like reading and then you do a little command line stuff and it works fine. Towards the end we start doing more things like cookie manipulation. Some of it's on the command line, some of it's in the browser. For as far as I could quickly glimpse, I took a quick look at what we're actually going to be doing today. Didn't really read, just make sure that I know what challenges, if any, we're going to be seeing. Shouldn't be too bad today. Now, what I did say is that towards the end of the month, which is about nowish, we're going to be running into various... we're going to run into the fact that I would like to see if I can get this channel affiliated, which means that we can add some more interactivity, like some Q&A stuff, all that stuff, which means I will probably do a couple more IC0 streams than just once a week. I will have to see exactly when I do them. They may also not all be about hacking. I'm thinking of doing a VS Code one. Maybe one about working with various other tech stuff. Maybe even a screen reader demo. I don't know, just an in-depth what can a screen reader actually do and what can't it do thing. I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet, but maybe a couple things. Might even do some hack mud again. That was fun on the XerxesX. We had a 12-hour stream on Saturday. If you missed that, it's on the YouTubes. I don't know why you would want to watch 9 hours of me fumbling around, but it's something you can do. Another thing I want to try to do is transmit to just more than just Twitch. I want to see if I can get YouTube in there, which means I will have to hack together some kind of restream setup, which I'm going to have to figure out if that's even something I want to be doing. It'll be a bit more technical overhead for me because I have to make sure that chats go for both ways, and I have to make sure that I can see everything coming in. That's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, we'll have to see how stuff goes. In the meantime, let me put my browser on screen so you guys can see it. There. That is almost certainly not currently working. I would not be surprised if it wasn't working. Let's put... Yeah, let's put this folder really quick, and then we go here, and then we find the Chrome thing. There it is, and that should do it. Let's see, is it actually working? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I see stuff. I see that we have TryHack Me on screen, so fantastic. Yeah. Let me check levels, make sure that I'm not mega loud and the music is mega quiet, or the other way around. We don't want to blast your ears out, that'd be sad. Can I have a bit more volume on that so I can hear it? Okay, music is a bit loud for my taste. I'll make the music just a tiny bit quieter. There. Alright. Well, we'll see if more people trickle in as we go. This is a stream, that's how it works. I talk and people listen. And sometimes, you know, they ask questions and say things. We'll have to see how that goes today. Most distractions should be out of the way. Let's go. Where is my browser? Let's see. Letters. Let's see. Let's have a looky. Where is my browser? Where'd my browser go? My browser's gone. Twitch, TryHack Me. There we are. Okay, so let me get to the right room. Last time when we ended off, we were doing content discovery. That was done. So now we have more content to discover. The next one is called... Resume Learning. We're just going to go Resume Learning. And we end up in the subdomain enumeration room. Very fancy. Let's see what we got here. These are all pretty short rooms. They're like a 30-minute rooms, as it says here. They're also marked easy. Looks like they're mostly free as well, which I find funny. Like I said last week, there's like one room in this whole path that is not free. And it's a bit of a... Honestly, I feel a bit of a dark pattern to get people to pay for a month of it, which... oh well. Brief. We have a start machine button. I guess we'll press that preemptively because we'll probably need it later. Subdomain enumeration is the process of finding valid subdomains for a domain. But why do we do this? We do this to expand our attack surface to try and discover more potential points of vulnerability. We will explore 3 different subdomain enumeration methods: brute force, OSINT, open source intelligence, and virtual host. Start the machine and then move on to the next task. The questions. What is a subdomain enumeration method beginning with B? These questions I find a little... a little 5-year-old, honestly. Yeah. Brute force. There you go. Have I not restarted NVDA? Let me do that real quick, because it's making the NVDA noises, and we don't need the NVDA noises in our ears all the time. Once I do actually send it through, which I will eventually. I think I'm actually doing it now. Shut up. There we go. Yes. Oh, no, I'm not. Actually, excellent. Okay. So this was wrong, apparently. Submit. Oh, because I don't know how to spell force. That would do it. Yeah. All right. If people have recommendations on, like, if people can't read it, if people need the text larger, anything of that nature, please tell me. It's something I'm willing to do. I just, you know, I can't judge it. So if people need it larger, that can be done. Just drop it in the chat. What is a subdomain enumeration method? Beginning with... Oh, and they want the abbreviation here, it looks like. So far, I'm not sharing NVDA speech because it's really not doing anything that I'm not doing. But if we start doing fancy stuff, I will obviously start sharing that in the stream as well. What is a subdomain enumeration method? Starting with V. Virtual host. And the Sesame Street part of this is done. Wonderful. Task 2. Expand that. SSL/TLS certificates. When an SSL/TLS secure sockets layer transport layer security certificate is created for a domain by a CA, certificate authority, CAs take part in what's called certificate transparency, CT logs. Whole entire bunch of terms that you're going to at some point maybe possibly need and probably not. These are publicly accessible logs of every SSL/TLS certificate created for a domain name. The purpose of certificate transparency logs is to stop malicious and accidentally made certificates from being used. We can use this service to our advantage to discover subdomains belonging to a domain, sites like crt.sh and ui.ctsearch.entrust.com/ui/ctsearchui. Offer a searchable database of certificates that show current and historical results. Go to crt.sh and search for the domain name tryhackme.com. Find the entry that was logged at 2020-12-26 and enter the domain below to answer the question. Okay. So this is a little bit less hand-holdy in that we actually get to do things that you would also do in some engagements. This is still somewhat basic, but you know, this is certainly part of some people's enumeration strategies. Tryhackme.com. That is really amusing. My my screen reader has decided now is a great time to start giving me hardware keyboard suggestions. It would ignore those before, and now it's doing them. It's kind of funny. So, what do we have here? So we have a number of records here. You can also filter them by various things. I'm just going to see if I can find that particular date that they asked us for. This is where it starts often being a little bit trickier to find the right record, because this is a page I haven't seen before. So basically what I would need to do here is figure out a strategy to get to the information I need quickly. It looks like this is a very long row, a very long table. And I basically have to scroll all the way down. We're now in 2023. We have to scroll all the way down to 2020. This is 2021. Still 2021. Still 2021. Here's 2012, 2010. So we're too far. 1209, 1209, 1226. And the domain that it has, store.tryhackme.com, looks to be what they want. So is that the correct answer? What domain was logged at CRTSH at 2020 to 1226? Store.trackmeet. It looks like the number of stars, number of asterisks seems right. Let's plug that in here and see how we do. I will, at this point, actually start sharing speech.
Try Acme sub. Try alert. Woo, woo. Your answer is correct. Try Acme subdomain enumeration document. Speech mode off. Speech mode off.
Yeah, we got it right. Okay, so let's continue on. Task 3, OSINT, search engines. Search engines. Search engines contain trillions of links to more than 1 billion websites, which can be an excellent resource for finding new subdomains. Using advanced search methods on websites like Google, such as the site file filter, can narrow the search results. Now, there's nothing really accessible about this. Accessible, it is just a search thing you fill in. For example, dash site colon domain.com and then site colon star.domain.com would only contain results leading to the domain name domain.com, but exclude any links to www.domain.com. Therefore, it shows up only subdomain names belonging to domain.com. So basically what they're showing off here is you can put a dash in front of, say, a site operator, and then it's like excluding that. And if you do that with a particular like common subdomain like www, and then you search for every other subdomain with the asterisk, you might find things like admin.domain.com or store.domain.com or jesus.domain.com, whatever you want really. Go to Google and use the search term -site www.tryhackme.com site star-tracking.com, which should reveal a subdomain for tryhackme.com. Use that subdomain to answer the question below, which is a tryhackme subdomain beginning with S discovered using the above Google search. I think it's actually store.tryhackme.com again without even trying it. Let's try that. Seems to fit. Kind of lazy if that's the case.
Try alert. Woo, your answer is correct. Try Acme.
Kind of lazy.
Button.
There you go.
Expanded.
Task 3. DNS brute force.
Button expanded. Task 4 DNS brute force. Task 4 DNS brute force region clickable button.
View site. Okay.
Region name.
An iframe.
Brute force DNS domain name system.
Brute force DNS domain name system enumeration is the method of trying tens, hundreds, thousands, or even millions of different possible subdomains from a predefined list of common used subdomains. Because this method requires many requests to be automated with tools to make the process quicker. In this instance, we are using a tool called DNS Recon to perform this. Click the View Site button to open the static site. Press the Run DNS Recon Request button to start the simulation, and then answer the questions below. Okay.
DNS Recon frame run DNS Recon request button.
So normally you would do this from a command line. I just realized we're not in the VPN, so it's actually good that we don't have to do that just yet. But yeah, normally this would be a command line thing you do.
Button user THM
You will not run the command line. It actually does simulate a command line window, which is very nice. Please wait while I hydrate. Hold on with that. Super quickly check on something here. No, we're good to go. Fantastic. So we got it sent DNS Recon -T BRT -D Acme its support.dhm. Same thing as we've seen in previous things. And the output says no file was specified with domains to check. Actually, let me screen reader do that, because that would be how the screen reader would say it.
Speech mode talk.
Sounds kind of like this.
Star no file was specified with domains to check. Star using file provided with tool /share/dreakin/namelist.txt. Star API.meetsupport.thm 10.10.10.10. Star www.meetsupport.thm 10 plus 2 record found.
So you found www and API.acme IT-support.thm.
User THM $. Mode full is active out of frame, but tab select the DNS Recon. Button 81M. Click a button exit split view.
Very fancy.
Main answer format. 5-star ask 4 task 3 search engine region ask 4 DNS root first region answer format. Star. What is answer the questions below? Speech mode on to speech mode off.
Turn this off again. What is the first subdomain found with the DNS Recon tool? We see that it's 3 letters, then a dot, then then the other thing. So they're almost certainly referring to api.acmesupport.thm. Is that correct, computer?
Oh no, your answer is incorrect.
Oh no.
Hey.
What is it? Oh, ACMI IT support. My bad.
Try alert. Woo. Your answer is correct. Try.
There you go.
Speech mode off.
What's the next thing we need to do? Task 5. OS int sublister with a 3 because we are elite hackers. Automation using sublister. To speed up the process of OSINT subdomain discovery, we can automate the above methods with the help of tools like sublister. Click the View Site button to open up the static site and run the sublister simulation to discover a new subdomain that will help answer the question below. Here we go again. Run sublister request.
Speech plan user THM $./sublist3r.idfmeetsupport.thm.
So this is a Python script. You can see that from the command, and it sounds kind of like this.
Plan ////// number code plan.
ASCII art. How I love these.
Number coded by Ahmed Abul Ella at Abul Free Law.
Thank you, Ahmed Abul Ella.
Plan enumerating subdomains now for admitsupport.thm.
Enumerating those ports now. That's okay. It has like little like left bracket dash right bracket things in front of it, like sort of an ASCII bullet almost.
Searching now Yahoo dot. Searching now Yahoo dot. Searching now Google dot. Searching now Bing dot. Searching now Nest dot. Searching now Netcraft dot. Searching now Virus Total. Searching total Web 55.
Doing a whole bunch of searching.
Total unique subdomains found 2.
We found 2 domains, web55.blah and www. So web55 will be the new one.
Main landmark clickable tab. What is this button? Submit. Answer format. Fast 5,000. Sublist 3R region answer format. 5-star.13 star. What is the first subdomain discovered by Sublist 3R? Answer format.
That'll be web55.acmesupport.thm. Is that correct?
Try alert. Your answer is correct. Try button correct answer.
What else do we have? What's the next question? Task 6. Virtual hosts. Some subdomains aren't always hosted in publicly accessible DNS results, such as development versions of a web application or administration portals. Now, that's important because a lot of these portals are way easier to find security holes into. Like, these are never meant to be reached by the public, so people get a little easy going with this kind of security. It's like, yeah, it's the staging area, no real harm. It can still be a way in, and sometimes that can be risky, so this is an interesting attack vector here. Instead, the DNS record could be kept on a private DNS server or recorded on the developer's machines in their /hosts file, or C Windows System32 drivers etc hosts file for Windows users, which map domains names to IP addresses. So the way that works is basically, when you type google.com, the first thing your computer will do is check that file. Like, is there a mapping google.com to that particular, like, is there a listing for that name to a particular IP? Usually it would be localhost or some other random server that's not open to the public. Developers use this to run like test servers. Sometimes you can also use it to get around certain things or to send scripts certain places. It is important to be aware that that's a thing, because only after that is your request going to the DNS that we've come to know and love. So this is how, for example, when you do find router.local or something, it's still going to work even though you don't have internet. It's either first going to check your host file, then it's going to check your router's host file, and then it's going to go out to the outer internet. So it's important to know how that works. So yeah, Peter is saying, because web servers can host multiple websites from one server, when a website is requested from a client, the server knows which website the client wants from the host header. We can utilize this host header by making changes to it and monitoring the response to see if we've discovered a new website. Like with DNS brute force, we can automate this process by using a word list of commonly used subdomains. Start an attack box and then try the following command against the ACMI IT support machine to try and discover a new subdomain. We're using FFUF, and at this point I will need to start the VPN. I hope that won't kill my stream. Shouldn't, but might. Let's see. I should have done this before we started, but I forgot. Uh-oh. Your trial period expires in 10 days. Oh, good God, I was scared I had to do it right here. That's fine. I would just like to use it for now. Let me just quickly move this to my own stuff so I can change the VPN real quick. Whoop. Let's see. If I just hit enter on these, is this going to connect to it? That would make this go a lot faster. Let's find out. Yep. Yeah, that does work. Beautiful. All right, so I could start a VM with Kali Linux myself, but given they do give us the attack box, I'm just going to start that up for now. It's just faster. Start attack box. Okay, yeah, we're not starting the machine. We have to wait for a minute to get that started. Meantime, tomorrow's going to be a game stream. Thursday I might do here. Again, we'll have to see how much I have to do on Thursday, because there's a couple things coming down the pipeline at me work-wise as well, so we have to see. And then Friday I have nothing, and Sunday I have nothing, so I might get some stuff happening there. Oh, look, we got a bot trying to send me stuff that I don't want. Let me just ban this person real quick. Who are you? What was Wasim Hasib? All right. Well, you're going away, Wasim and Hasib. Goodbye. Best viewers on url.me/kfyfc. That's almost KFC. Chicken. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, I guess. Have a good day for the rest of your day. Let's see. Okay. Kentucky Fried. Yeah, Kentucky Fried banned bots even. Look at that. Killing all the things here. Where's the attack box? Is it done yet? Let's see. Yeah, looks like it might be. Can I get the information, please? Okay, that's still loading very well. We'll give it. This is another one. It's like 3/4 of the way there. We'll give it some time, and then once that's all done, I can run that command real quick on an SSH. I'm not gonna share the SSH window right now, just because it's like 2 seconds. Not worth it. I will share the speech, but I won't share the visual. No. Live like me for just 5 seconds. You'll survive. You'll be okay. All right, that is loaded now. Beautiful. All right, we have the thing open. Screen's getting awfully crowded. I'll get rid of these soon. Don't worry. Let's see. Extra keys. Where's the info button? I need the info button. There it is. Is this the right one? Yeah. Here is the IP. We're gonna get an SSH channel, like an SSH link connection set up on that. What is the word? How did it even work on English language? SSH root at that IP that it's happily sharing us now. Very friendly of it that it's doing that. Paste. And it should ask us about... Oh. Yeah, it's asking me if I am sure that I want to do this. I am quite sure. Let's go. The root password is this string here. Whole long hexadecimal string. And we're in. Okay, so basically what we need to do, let's dismiss a couple of these things here. Can I close the split view without there? Yeah, I can. Okay, beautiful. Let's just go back to the FUF thing. FUF. So we are running FUF -w user share word lists. User share word lists. Oh, word lists. Seg lists. /discovery. That's a channel on TV. Is it still? Does it still exist? I'm actually not sure. Is discovery still a thing that people do? DNS and then nameless.txt. Okay. DNS nameless.txt. And then we got the H parameter for header -H quote host colon and I think FUF. Let's see. Yeah, host colon fuzz dot. Okay, fuzz is like full letters, all cap, and then acme support dot. Yeah, thing. Let me just type all that in. I mean, I could just copy paste this, but it's good to practice to do it from time to time. ACME IT support .thm quote was the final -u. HTTP. Is it HTTP or HTTPS? It's HTTP. How retro. 10.183.135. 10.183.135. All right, let's put this on the speakers.
Speech mode deep.
That sounds kind of like this.
v1.3.1 method get URL http.
Isn't that a wonderful, helpful message? // All right.
Progress WordPress status 200 size 2395 words 503 lines 52 progress 1907/1907 job 1/1 0x/sec duration 0 o'clock 00 errors 0 root 10 progress WordPress chat status 200 size 2395 words 503
We found
zlog status 200 size 2395 words use status 2 wz status z versus log 0 double Windows WWS7 status 200.
Okay, so it gave me a whole bunch of things, but it's not really telling me which it found. It looks like everything was found. That's kind of weird.
WW status 200 WSWV status WSA status 200 size when try acme above command uses the W switch to specify a word list we are going to use /edit header in this instance the host header we add the fuzz keyword in the space where a subdomain would normally go and this is where we will try all the options from the word list because the above command will always produce a valid result we need to filter the output we can do this by using the page size result with the FS switch edit to the low command replacing size with the most occurring size value from the previous result and try it on the attack box. Do this by using the page size result with the FS switch edit to the low command replacing size with the most occurring size value from the previous result and try it on the attack box of user machine $w//
I'm not sure what it wants here. Let's see. So it adds -fs size. All right.
Speech mode off.
What size is usually what it uses? Okay, let's have a look. So status size 2395. 2395. 2395. Okay, 2395 is clearly the number I meant to be putting there. So I'll do FS 2395. And does it go in brackets? It does in this example.
left brace.
So I'll put it in left and right braces just in case. Left brace 2395. Right brace. Oops. Right brace. There we go. So I'm guessing that filters out the 239. That filters out everything that has that particular value.
Blank star size filter or matcher fs/millisecond. Invalid value 2395.
Oh. Invalid number 2395. I'm assuming we don't put the braces then. Be helpful if they like picked the syntax and went with it. Okay, here it goes.
Speech progress yellow status 200 size 56 words 8 lines 1. Delta status 200 blank.
Okay, now we only got two things back. We got yellow and we got delta. I'm assuming that's what we needed to find. This command has a similar syntax to the first app apart from the FS switch, which tells FF to ignore any results that are of the specified size. So Yeah, we just saw that almost every you couldn't see this, I could see this, and you could hear it, as I told you. But most of these responses were 2395 bytes or letters or whatever this was, and we just filtered those out and we got 2 different things. The above command should have revealed 2 positive results that we haven't come across before. What is the first subdomain discovered? Delta.
Speech mode talk. Button. What is the second subdomain discovered?
What is
Answer
the
format.
second
Main landmark.
discovered? Yellow.
Dialog. Leave feedback button. Button. Leave feedback.
And we
Heading.
finished the room.
completed the room. Share.
Congratulations, you've completed the room. Share this with your friends.
Link Twitter.
I still don't know if I have any of those.
Link Facebook.
Any friends in the chat? Hey, chat,
Speech mode on.
Roz. Chat.
Speech mode off.
Chat. What's up? Do I have friends? I don't know. Next room. Authentication bypass. Another easy one. 30 minutes. Here we go. At least the VPN's done and the machine's already running, so I guess that's good. Brief. Okay, it looks like all of these are like the exact same creator. That helps a bit. In this room, we will learn about different ways website authentication methods can be bypassed, defeated, or broken. These vulnerabilities can be some of the most critical, as it often ends in leaks of customers' personal data. Yeah, that's true. These are like the things you start with when you do a bug hunt, like a bug bounty hunt. Like, most of the time, I will say these things are generally okay now because people use frameworks, and framework people are very smart. Hello. Well, that's fine. You're doing the blind listening thing. Well, welcome in, Matt Campos. I hope your cooking's going well. What are you having today? What are we making today? It says start the machine and then proceed to the next task. We can do that. I have started the machine. Yeah, I did. I pledge that I did that. Complete. Task 2, username enumeration. A helpful exercise to complete when trying to find authentication vulnerabilities is creating a list of valid usernames. Rice and veggie salad. Certainly not my favorite, but sounds great, man. I hope it's good. Valid usernames, which we'll use later in other tasks. Sounds great. Website error messages are great resources for collecting this information to build our list of valid usernames. We have a form to create a new user account. If we go to the ACMI IT support website, 10.10.86.76 customers sign up. Let's go there. I don't think that is live yet. Let's see. Close this out. We don't need this anymore. We'll go here. Yeah, that's still loading in. Okay. Is that going to the right URL? Yes, it is. Okay, let's give it a minute. We'll refresh that when we need it. If you try entering the username admin and fill the other form fields in with fake information, you'll see we get the error, an account with the username already exists. We can use the existence of this error message to produce a list of valid usernames already signed up on the system by using the FUF tool below. Remember FUF? We used it before. The FUF tool uses a list of commonly used usernames to check against for any matches. So essentially what we're going to be doing now is you can tell FUF or FFUF to look for that phrase in the response you get back when you send a query that has that username in it. So you can say, hey, does this username exist? Look for the phrase, an account with XYZ exists. If you find it, that's a positive, you should write it down. And if you do that, you're going to end up with a list of usernames that you can use for, well, brute forcing attacks, various other things. It's one way to just grab a thing that you could use for attack vectors and things of that nature. Username enumeration with FUF. Here we go. Here's the command. I'm going to paste it in this time just for expediency. There's nothing new happening here apart from the -X switch. Capital X is the post, is the HTTP verb. And -D is username equals fuzz. And email equals X. And password equals X. And C password equals X. So what we're doing here is We're setting values for every field on the form, and the computer is going to fill it in. We have the SH with the content type of application X www form URL encoded, which lets you send the form URL with -u, and then an MR, which is that string I was talking about that it looks for username already exists. So I'm going to take that whole entire super long string here that I'm not going to type all the way out because that would take forever. And we're going to paste it right here, and we're going to see what it comes up with. Let's just paste this in and
progress 40/10,164 progress 40/10,164 progress 40/10,164 progress 40/10,100 speech mode on the speech mode off.
Turn this off. Oh, well, that's hanging out and doing its thing for a bit. We have 40 errors already, and it's just doing its thing. In the above example, the W argument selects the file's location for the computer that contains the list of usernames that we're going to check against exist. The X argument specifies the request method. This will be a GET request by default, but it is a POST request in our example. Just explained that. Like, the website doesn't know that I'm here. I wonder how that happened. Anyway, the D argument specifies the data that we are going to send. In our example, we have the fields username, email, password, and C password as your confirmation. And those are IDs for form fields. We've set the value of the username to fuzz. In the FFF tool, the fuzz keyword signifies where the contents from our word list will be inserted in the request. So like, it's the FUV equivalent of username here. Then we have an argument is used to adding a additional header to the request. In this instance, we're setting the content type to the web server. We are setting the content type so the web server knows we are sending forum data. U argument specified URL. I'm gonna speed through this a little bit faster because we've already seen this. MR argument is the text on the page that we are looking for to validate we found a valid username. I'm not sure what MR stands for. Or at least something result. Alright. The FUV tool and the word list come pre-installed on the attack box or can be installed locally by downloading it from github.com/fuff/fuff. Create a file called validusernames.txt and add the usernames that you found using FUF. These will be used in task 3. Okay. Well, let's see if it's done with that yet. Yes, it is. So it did 10,164 tries. It did 7,470 requests per second, and it took 52 seconds to run through all that. We found 10,164 errors. That's interesting. I don't think we found any username.
Speech matcher rejects. Username already exists. Threads 40. Timeout 10. Calibration false. Follower redirects false. Data username equals but header. Content type application /x www form encoded. Word list fuzz /share /word list /set lists URL http /10.10.86.76 customer /signal. Method post. Lang. v1.3.1 lang. /lang. Progress 10,100 10-10.
Yeah, we literally got nothing from this, so you have to run it again. Let me see if that URL responds yet.
Acme support customer login.
Yeah, now it loads. So I'm gonna run this command again.
10.10.86.76 customer signal. Speech mode off.
Just gonna let it do its thing for about a minute and then see if it comes up with, because this was all errors. So I'm thinking we ran the command a little bit too fast and it just bounced all our requests. I'm hoping that's the problem, because if that's not the problem, then I have no idea what the problem is. I could show this, but really we're just okay. We're done. How many errors did we get this time? 0 errors, and we actually got way faster results. It only took 18 seconds that time. We found the usernames Steve, Simon, Robert, Admin. So I'm gonna touch names.txt. Just gonna make a quick file here. Names.txt. And let me just see if are these all like lower letters? No, these
Steve,
have.
Steve mode, Robert admin stat D A. Robert stat O R. Simon stat I S. Steve stat T S.
Yeah, okay, so Robert,
F, D.
Steve, Simon,
Steve
and
mode on demand.
admin
Steve mode off.
are all lowercase letters. I'm going to just quickly add those names to this names.txt file we made. Admin, Robert, Simon, and Steve. We're gonna save that with Control X and press enter.
Steve blank save modified buffer answering no will start changes.
Oh,
File
you
names
gotta-
names.txt.
Yeah, do Y and then
Slash, slash,
there we go. So we
Steve mode
have
off.
the file of names. We now probably have to answer some dumb names, like what name did we first found? Let's see. What is the username starting with Psy? I think that would be Steve. No, it's Simon.
Steve mode talk.
Of course.
Button, what is the username starting with ST star star star? Answer format 5 star
That
main
is
landmark.
Steve.
Alert woo woo. Your answer is button. What is the username starting with row 4 star? Answer for
That is
main land.
Robert.
Rob alert woo woo. Your answer is correct. Button out of region button collapse task free brute force.
Brute force.
Expanded task free brute force region clip.
Using the valid usernames.txt, I just called it names, honestly. Using the valid usernames.txt file we generated in the previous task, we can now use this to attempt a brute force attack on the login page. That is IP/customer/login. Note, if you created your valid usernames files by piping the output from FUF directly, you may have difficulties with this task. Clean your data or copy just the names into a new file. And that is exactly why I did not do that. Because this thing we're about to go do just takes every line in that file and considers it a username. So if you're going to have all that other stuff in there, it's going to go very bad for you. A brute force attack is an automated process that tries and lists of commonly used... Yeah, we know.
Either a single username or, like in our case, a list of usernames. Blank. When running this command, make sure the terminal. Speech mode off.
Run this command, make sure the terminal is in the same directory as the valid usernames.txt file. You'd think that's obvious, but I see a lot of people falling over that, actually. Oh, we can use this with FUF again. Okay, we'll use FUF. What's new here? So we have, instead of the previous excuse me, instead of the long username list, we take our one, so names.txt, colon, then we have a capital W1 and then a comma, and then we have another list, which is a list of passwords, because we're doing two different lists now. That's the W2, so that's your second work list. The rest is pretty much the same as we did before. We're just now saying that username has W1 as its value and password has W2. The rest is pretty much the exact same thing we did before. And we're looking for the 200 code, which is the FC switch. That's the filter. So I'm going to just copy that because it's literally the exact same command we ran like 4 times now. So, but for a couple small different changes, it's the same thing. I'm using a 10 million passwords top 100 password for all of these. Copy this whole entire thing, and I'll just show it off the computer again. Here we go. Oh.
Undo. Try root of 10
Stop.
C root of 10 paste application zip space 0 space greater.
There is a missing
C.
quote somewhere. Let me just have a look.
Textful notepad. Paste application slash x double A application slash XWW.
Oh no, we're missing half of the command.
Application
That would do it.
Root of 10 dash try add me off and list valid usernames.txt $w1 user try $dollar $fuff dash w dash $fuff space dollar space f $fuff w select valid new application slash XWW former link code new http slash 10.10.86.76 slash customer slash login FC 200 selected $fuff double root of 10
Here we go. We need to change this slightly anyway because we have that different file name. We need to have it names and not valid username. So I'm going to change this to just names in the little notepad window real quick. It's just faster that way.
Speech fuff http slash 1 slash colon slash
I'm
w
gonna try this.
root try add me authentication root
Paste.
slash
Yeah, not helpful. What I do there is I hit the control key to shut that up, and then we go from the bottom, which is just a little faster.
progress 500 slash 5 blank star w2 thunder.
So Thunder
Star
seems
W.
to be the password for Steve. Steve
Star W2 Steve mode off.
Thunder. Thunder Steve. Okay, then we have a password. Oh, we only have one password. Looks like only the one that we got. Thunder for Steve. This fuff command is a little different to the previous one in tasks 2. Yeah, okay, because we use the WA and the W1 and W2. Yeah, okay, I explained this already, so I'm just gonna quickly skip past it. Running command will find a single working username and password combination that answers the question below. What is the valid username and password format username / password? Okay, that is Steve / Thunder.
Speech mode
Is that the right one?
Try alert. Woo, woo. Your answer is correct.
Yes, it is.
Button correct answer out of region. Button collapse task 4 logic flaw.
Logic flaw.
Expand.
Alright, now we get to
Speech
some
mode off.
interesting stuffs here. What is a logic flaw? I'm sure you're about to tell me. Sometimes authentication processes contain logic flaws. A logic flaw is when the typical logical path of an application is either bypassed, circumvented, or manipulated by a hacker. Isn't circumvented and bypassed the same thing in this case? Anyway, logic flaws can exist in any area of a website, but we're going to concentrate on examples relating to authentication in this instance. Okay. Logic flaw example. Below mock code example checks to see whether the start of the path the client is visiting begins with /admin, and if so, then further checks are made to see whether the client is in fact an admin. If the page doesn't begin with /admin, the page is shown to the client. Okay, yeah, we see a bit of code here. I'm not gonna read it all, but it's just code that essentially has an if statement that checks if the first bit of a string is /admin, and then they'll comment that says other stuff happens. Okay, yeah. Because the above PHP code example uses 3 equal signs, equals, it's looking for an exact match on the string, including the same letter casing. The code presents a logic flaw because an unauthenticated user requesting admin with a capital M will not have their privileges checked and have the page displayed to them, totally bypassing the authentication checks if the URL is case insensitive, which it usually is. Logic flaw practical. We're going to examine the reset password function in the Acme IT support websites. Okay, that's this page. We see a form asking for the email address associated with the account on which to perform the password reset. If an invalid email is entered, you'll receive the error message, account not found from supplied email address. For demonstration purposes, we'll use the email address robert@acmeitsupport.thm, which is accepted. We're then presented with the next stage of the form, which asks for the username associated with this login email address. If we enter Robert as the username and press the check username button, you'll be presented with a confirmation message that a password reset email will be sent to robert@acmeitsupport.thm. At this stage, you may be wondering what the vulnerability could be in this application, as you have to know both the email and username, and then the password link is sent to the email address of... Yes, I know that. Oh my god. This walkthrough will require running both of the below curl requests on the attack box, which can be opened by using the blue button above. In the second step of the reset email process, the username is submitted in a post field to the web server, and the email address is sent in the query string requesting a get field. Okay, let's illustrate this by using the curl tool to manually make the request to the web server. Okay, so we have some curl commands here. We're sending a URL, reset, and then email address equals Robert, blah, blah, blah. We set a content type, application form encoded like we did before, and data name, and we're sending data username equals Robert. We use the H flag to add header to form. Yeah, you explained this in the previous room, blah, 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 blah. which lets the web server know, sending, yeah, okay. This literally feels copy pasted. In the application, the user account is retrieved using the query string. But later on in the application logic, the password reset email is sent using the data found in the PHP variable request. The PHP request variable is an array that contains data received from the query string and post data. If the same key name is used for both the query string and post data, the application logic for this variable favors post data. So I like that they're showing this off, but it's really situational. Like, you would need to know the code, which you would in a white box test, but this is sort of just like one of those really sort of contrived, yes, that would work, and you could probably find this, but it's just a very strange step from where we were before, in my opinion. We can control where the password reset email gets taken. So if you give that curl request the same name as the field, we'll do that in a minute, you can actually change the email address and give it something else. So you would, instead of doing username equals Robert, you do like email equals your email, and then username equals Robert, and it should then work. And is that what they're doing? So let's see. Yeah. Content type, D, username equals Robert, and email equals attacker@hacker.com. Yeah, there you go. For the next step, you'll need to create an account on the Acme IT support customer soon. Doing so gives you a unique email address that can be used to create support tickets. The email address is in the form of username at customer.acmitsupport.bhm. Now rerunning the cure request. We'll have a ticket created on your account, which contains a link to log you in as Robert. Using Robert's account, you can view their support tickets and reveal a flag. Okay, so let's go do that. We need to make an account on this bogus website. Not a bogey website. We are the bogey. Let's see. Customer sign up. Already have an account? No, I don't. So we make an account here. Let's just call it ICNull. Of course, these aren't labeled. But it's so hard to label form fields, even in examples. Show everyone how you're not doing it right. Blah blah blah.
Email address. Edit submenu as autocomplete.
Not sure if there should be an actual working email address. Let's first just give it a not working email address. I don't think we need to verify it. We'll see. Yeah. Awesome. Password. Awesome. Password. Sign up. Customer's dashboard. Hooray. So I need to get my email address.
Link logout. Link logout. Welcome to your customer dashboard. You have 0 support tickets.
Welcome to your customer dashboard. You have 0 support tickets.
Button 24M. Mode full. Mode full.
So now we would need to make a password.
Link Acme support.
We don't even need to go to the password request page. We can literally just go
application/xw $curl
and take this request here.
Curl content type application/xw curl http/.
And now we just need to make sure that it's the same. Delete this here. It's the same format. So it is not attacker@hacker.com, but it is ICNull at customer dot. Delete this bit. There. Customer.acme support. No, IT support. .thm. So with a little bit of luck, we should be able to, by using this command that we just liberated, we should be able to trick the server into sending us a ticket because we gave it the wrong email address. And then we can log in as Robert,
Speech mode.
and then we have a flag there.
Less doc type HTML greater. Less HTML and equals and greater. Less head greater. Less title greater. Admin support. Customer login. Less slash title greater. Less meta charset equals update greater. Less page less. Less slash h less slash less script src equals less script s less script less slash div less slash div less slash less slash div greater. Less p greater will send you a reset email to less strom greater equal customer.admin support.thm less slash strom greater less slash p greater.
Beautiful. So now if we
Tab switcher grouping list command prompt terminal root 10 start curly start
go to
try
our
admin support
dashboard and refresh the
Admin
page,
support.
we should now have a
link
ticket.
link visited link customers
Unless I made a
heading level 1
mistake.
heading level 2 visited link dashboard link support tickets link your account link logout welcome to your customer button 24m mode full is mode button welcome to your customer dashboard you have one support ticket s open link logout link your link support tickets
All right, so we have tickets. Need to go to tickets.
admin support
This is a useless dashboard because it should just show me that
It.
right away.
subject date status link free password reset
Here is ticket support number 3.
21/0 open.
Password reset.
button 30 mode full is button open 20
So
password
we will
reset
go do that. We'll go to the
21 open
password
button your
reset.
mode full is button open 21 open
We have to use the
button mode button
Not
open
sure how to
21
open
password
the-
link free
oh
Admin
the ID is the only the ID is a link because that's realistic.
nav link new link visited heading level 2
See?
visited link your account link logout ticket information status open ticket in free ticket subject ticket created 20 ticket contents edit multi-line we received a request to reset your password please visit http
Please
10.1
visit
open
random link to okay we'll do
http
that.
http toolbar page 10.10.86.76 custom link your account link log welcome to button 32m welcome to your customer dashboard you have one support ticket s open link logout link your account visited link support tickets visited link dashboard heading level 2 customers dashboard heading level 1 admin support navigation landmark visited link customers
Wait, did that
toolbar
work?
take land
Okay, it just
Tab control,
reset.
admin
It
support,
didn't seem like it resetted me, but let me
link
have a
contact
look.
visited link heading level 1 admin navigation landmark visited link customers
If this
link
is a
contact, link news,
different support
link home,
ticket that's in
link admin
here.
support link home link visited heading level visited link dashboard visited link support tickets admin support ticket no next new ticket 23 open button 25m open 20 news link 1
Yeah, we do. So this is
Speech
ticket
mode off.
number 1. We click it, and now we can see in his cool account, and it says, "Please don't tell anyone this. THM off bypass complete." Oh, I just told everyone. Sorry. So I can just go in here and copy that, and then we have the right thing to finish this. I'm pretty sure this finishes the room. Here's the flag. Here you are. Let's go. Okay, no, there's more. Task 5, cookie tampering. Oh, fun. Examining and editing the cookies set by the web server during our online session can have multiple outcomes, such as unauthenticated access, access to another user's account, or elevated privileges. If you need a refresher on cookies, check out this link. HTTP in details, room type 6. I don't think we need right now. The contents of some cookies can be in plain text, and this is obvious what they do. Take, for example, if these were the cookies set after a successful login. Set cookie logged in equals true. Max age equals 3600. Path equals slash. Set cookie admin equals false. Max age equals 360. Path equals slash. Blah, blah. We see one cookie logged in, which appears to control whether a user is currently logged in or not. And another admin, which controls whether the visitor has admin privileges. Using this logic, if we were to change the contents of the cookies and make a request, we'll be able to change our privileges. Fair enough. First, we'll start just by requesting the target page. Okay? There's a curl request, and we're looking for /cookie/ just a cookie test. You can see we will return the message if not logged in. Now we'll send another request with the logged in cookie set to true and the admin cookie set to false. You can do that in curl. You can just give it a host like we did with the other thing. So it's just quote cookie colon and then just the key value pairs with an equal sign. So logged _ in equals true, semicolon, admin equals false, quote. And then we give that same cookie test page, and we get the message logged in as a user. Finally, we'll send one last request setting both the logged in and admin cookie to true. I'm not going to do that because it just shows us the responses anyway. This request results in logged in as an admin, as well as a flag which you can use to answer the following question. I mean, I will admit, like these really simple rooms are getting a little bit boring. There is very little happening here. Normally, in the somewhat more difficult rooms, they still hold your hand through it, but you're doing a little bit more than just, Here, paste this command and you get the answer. The flag is gonna be somewhere in here.
Less slash HTML, less slash body, less script src equals, less script src, less script, less slash div creator, less slash div creator, less slash div creator, less p creator will send you a reset email to less strong creator equal customer.meet support.th.
Oh, did I send?
Try add me up. Curly cookie, log, root of 10-10, paste, curly, log in as an admin, THM cookie tampering, root of 10-10-10-211.
There we
Log
go.
in as an admin, creator, root of 10-10-10, log, bottom, log in as an admin, log in as an admin, THM, in, as, admin, space, E. Start marked, H, M-A-M-D-E-R-I-N-G, right R. Right race, right race.
Higher pitched speech, which means
THM
that
cookie.
the letters are capital
Try
letters.
add. Answer format.
We can just
Ask file
paste
cookie.
this in
Paste
here.
right blank. Try color, woo, your answer is,
And it's done.
button correct answer, what is the value of the MD5 hash 3
What is the value of
1053
the
3 billion?
MD5 hash? Oh, okay, we get a little bit more. Hang
Out
on.
of relink, try add me. Find, caps lock off, blank.
I forget this now. Yeah, I did see that they had like a whole thing about hashing stuff, which is actually kind of interesting. Cookie test. Let me just quickly get to this.
From main landmark,
here.
linkable links now fall for using our speech mode off.
I'll turn this off. Quickly go through this. Yeah, question 1. Hashing. Sometimes cookie values can look like a long string of random characters. These are called hashes, which are an irreversible representation of the original text. Here are some examples that you may come across. Original string hash method output. I'm not going to read these out loud, because that would take forever. We have the string 1 shown in MD5, 1 in SHA256, which is a lot longer. Then we have SCH512, which is yet a lot longer. That's the number of bytes. 1 in SHA1, which is a bit shorter, it looks like. Yeah. You can see from the above table that the hash output from the same input string can significantly differ depending on the hash method in use. Even though the hash is irreversible, the same output is produced every time, which is helpful for us as a services as a crackstation.net keep databases of billions of hashes and their original string. So basically you're not cracking hashes at this point. You're running a string against a shit ton of other strings and asking it, do these match? And if they do, you found the password or the hashed value, whatever it is. Encoding. Encoding is similar to hashing in that it creates what would seem to be a random string of text, but in fact the encoding is reversible. So it begs the question, what is the point in encoding? Encoding allows us to convert binary data into human readable text that can be easily and safely transmitted over mediums that only support plain text ASCII characters. Common encoding types are base32, which converts binary data into the characters A to Z and 2 to 7, is that what
Speech
that says?
2-7.
Yeah, 2 to 7.
Speech mode on demand. Speech mode off.
And base64, which converts using the characters A to Z with capitals, 0 to 9, plus slash and the equals sign for padding. So that's actually how you can usually recognize a base64 encoded string. There'll be, a lot of the times there'll be equal signs at the end. Take the below data as an example, which is set by the web server upon logging in. Set cookie session equals blachalum. And I see 2 equal signs at the end, which tells me this is a base64 encoded string, I'm pretty sure. This string is base64 decoded, has the value of ID colon admin, ID1 admin false. We can then encode this back to base64, encoded against its instead encoded again, but instead setting the admin value to true, which now gives us admin access. Answer the question below. What is the flag from changing the plain text cookie values? Okay, so we need to do a thing here. Session equals whole thing. So we need to we need this string here, the ID1 admin equals false. we need to change that to true and then encode that into base 64. Now there is a base 64 encoder that you can just pull up. It's right here. We value your price. Even a fucking base 64 decoder and encoder needs me to say okay to cookies. Fuck off. All right, let's go. What was that about keeping these streams a little bit more clean? Anyway. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Bye. Where is... Here it is. Okay, simply enter your data and then push the encode button. So we push this in here. We'll change false to true. True. Truer, according to my computer. We're going to decode this. Or encode, rather. Yeah, base 64 encodes in real time. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Here's a string. And it does look a little different. It starts the same, but it's different in the end. And there's actually no thing here, no equal sign. So that's kind of interesting.
Speech mode talk. Encode button available. Encodes in real time when used hyperpaste. Supports only a UTF-8 character set. Button. Perform URL safe encoding. Uses base 6 split lines into 76 character. Encode each line separately. Useful for destination new line separator. Combo box collapse LF. Destination character set. Combo box unavailable collapse UTF-8. Simply enter your data then push the encode button. Edit multi-line id. 1 admin. True.
See, I think this is wrong.
Encodes in real time when used hyperpaste. Supports encode to base 64 format heading level 1. Simply enter edit multi-line id. While of edit to encode binaries, like images, documents, this page. Combo box unavailable collapse UTF-8 destination character set. Combo box collapse LF. Unix destination new line separator. Checkbox not checked.
Okay, well, it looks right. So what do we do with this? Because I actually sort of glossed over that. What am I meant to be doing with this? Close that. We don't need this anymore. Take the below data as an example, which is set by the web server upon logging in.
Speech blank. Base 64 which converts using the characters A's blank. Take to the set code string base 64 blank. Answer the questions below. What is the flag from changing to plain text cookie values? Answer formats. Button correct. What is the value of the MD5-3B2 1005? Button correct.
So I'm assuming what we're meant to be doing here is logging in with curl. It suddenly lets her hand go in the most jarring fashion. I kind of find it interesting. Like, I'm assuming it wants me to do this against the login thing here. Off. Login email is we just made an account, so we should be able to just use icnull@milkhatch.com. Mailcatch.com. Host is just going to be the form thing, and we need and password equals awesome password. Here we have the we don't need the data anymore. Just really quickly check on something here because I'm not sure if I'm missing something here. My computer is having a bit of a moment. So give me a minute here. Let's see. Mm-hmm. It's not quite doing what I would expect it to do here, so I'm just making sure that I don't have some system problem. Just a moment here. Okay, yeah, I got it right. Okay, I understand how this works. It's kind of odd because it suddenly, all of a sudden, has you... doesn't tell you exactly what you're meant to be doing, so I'm not sure if they want me to log in a browser or what they actually want me to do here. So I'm looking into the... because my browser is having a bit of a moment here, so I'm sorting that out. Using something really silly because I'm pretty sure we've already... Oh, wait, I'm doing something dumb. Like, we've already answered this question. Yeah, we've already done this question. I'm dumb. What is the value of the MD5 hash? And then we get a bunch of things. Okay, I completely missed the boat there. My bad. So it just gives us a random hash here. What is the value of this MD5 hash? What we're meant to be doing here is we're meant to decode the MD5 hash. I'm pretty sure there is a command line tool to do this, but let's see if we can stay in the browser for this, because we have the browser on screen. So we'd be like MD5 decode. Yeah, here we go. If we go here, this looks like it might work. We put this in here. Nope. And okay.
Speech clear search button. Sign in button. Main
This
landmark
is
text
fun.
edit.
We have to
Outline
actually
clickable.
use
Button
our
open
screen meter to go on these pages we haven't
button
seen
double selection.
before.
Button double selection. Clickable button add to fast. Button share heading level 1 visited link MD5 encrypt slash decrypt. Button click button clickable blank. Clickable. Edit multi-line 3 detail of edit text. Button.
So it's not saying anything on this button, but I'm assuming that's the
Edit read only
decode
multi-line 4 path
button.
01C844 349,900 cell of edit MD5 hash. Button encrypt. Button reset. Button copy. Button copied. MD5 is a one-way hashing algorithm. There is no direct method for MD5 decryption. MD5 is decrypted. By using trial and error methodology, it may take some time. If either the character set that will be used for decryption is long. Note, this service is used for educational purposes or in security importance of strong encryption.
Okay, so I'm guessing what they want us to use here is
Rome,
Crack
select.
Station, so let's go use Crack
Crack
Station.
station. Selected. Crack station. Online password hash graphic edit multi-line.
You put this
Paste 3B2
in
1058.
here.
Blank. Recapture group in I'm not a robot checkbox not checked.
Apparently you have to do a captcha now.
Unavailable. I'm not a robot checkbox not checked. Privacy link terms link mode. Blank. Edit multi-line 3 out of checkbox check link prime mode. Full is button crack hashes.
And crack
Station.
hash.
Online password hash crack and MD5. Supports LM NT right hash. Type. Result. 3B2 MD5. 3B2 1053 3,002 MD 463,729.
So apparently
MD3 result. Speech mode on demand. Speech mode
I
talk.
just lost my headphones. Give me just a moment here to fix that. But apparently
3B2
the
1053 MD5.
value that we have translates to
463,729.
463729. Like a 6-digit string. So I'm gonna
463.
copy that.
463. Try add me
My
on
headset reloads.
Answer format.
And
6
it
star
does
edit.
look like we need a 6-character string, so that seems to
Paste.
match
9
up.
blank.
Let's press enter.
Try alert. Woo. Your answer is correct. Try.
We
Button
got it
correct
right.
answer. Button hint. What is the base 60?
What is the base 64 decoded value of that string? Okay, so we need to
VAD0
make
JP
this.
VAD0 Crack station. Online path.
We go here, we do
Toolbar. Address base 6 until SE unselected. 6 and 4 space select code.
decode.
Select google.com / speech mode off.
The other way from what we were doing before, this turns it back into text. Here, we pay. Oh.
What is the base 64 decoded value of VAD0 JPU0 button submit. Base 64 visit link simply enter your data then push the decode button. Edit multi-line main
So
link.
we press put this
Space
in here.
VAD0 JPU0 U2NF9 F space.
Remove the space because that might cause issues. The
Speech mode on, speech
equal
mode off.
signs at the end indicates this is a. Is this a thing? This is what am I looking for? The equal sign indicates this is a base64 encoded string, and if we decode it, the value seems to be THM base64 encoding, which looks awfully like a flag, so you'll probably want to copy that out and put it into the actual field. Is there any accessibility to this? Maybe. Like, essentially, the tricky bit with these things is that the equal signs usually come at the end. So sometimes they're at the beginning, a lot of the times they're at the end. So what you often want to do is check the end of the string before the beginning to just maybe catch the total, like the base64 sort of tell. And if you have that, you can quickly see, oh, I have to put it in that. But screen readers are obviously sequential, so they may not always let you do that really quickly.
Speech mode talk. Try at the authentication bypass. Answer format. Start answer. Paste. TA right blank.
I still feel stupid about the
Submit button. Alert. Woo. Your
about the whole thing. It just seems so pointless. Like, they're showing off the hashing bit where they're like, you can set the cookie to a different thing and then you can get a flag. I'm like, no, you actually can.
Button hit.
But okay.
Encode the following value using base 60.
Encode the following value using base 64. So that we've already done. Do I still have
Authentication
that
inbox.
value?
To start curl HTTP through 10 start curl HTTP slash undo curl HTTP undo curl HTTP. Try at me.
That is awfully
Authentication inbox. Through 10 inbox. Authentic start curl try at me. Authentic try.
This is awfully I should have taken the lo-fi music. This is a little bit too dubsteppy for what I'm doing, but it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Base 64 decode. Outlet multi-line THM base 6.
So
Base 6.
back to base 64 encode where we were before.
Base 64 decode. Google's open. Main landmark link. Heading search A.
Base 64
ED.
encode. I'm pretty sure Google can even do this without
main
even
landmark
a tool if you use the right Google foo.
Base 64.
Let's see.
Main landmark encodes your data. Simply enter your data, then push the encode button. Speech mode off.
Yep, very true, Matt Campos. I was explaining that basically because the screen reader reads from left to right, it may sometimes be necessary to look at the very end of the string, because usually, at least in my experience, the equal signs show up there. Like, as the last few bits, you usually don't see them to start with, because that wouldn't make any sense. Unless you can, like, flip that around somehow. I don't think you can. Can you just add... can you sort of indicate that this is a 7-bit value at the beginning and then keep going? I guess you'd have to reverse the entire string, and then I guess that's done in CTF sometimes, where you're supposed to figure out, oh, this is actually a base 64 encoded string but reversed. Would not surprise me. Sometimes they do like a base 64 encode and then an MD5 hash, and then you're supposed to figure it all out. We need this question here, encode the value, and then it's this thing. We copy that without the space. There we go. Put this in here. There. And then we can just get this string that we already had before, and I'm pretty sure this is the right one. So just copy pasting between two tabs, essentially what I'm doing. And we finished the room. Hooray! We've been going for 1.5 hours already? Shit, we're going fast. I mean, yeah, like I was saying in a capture the flag scenario where they're making it difficult for the user to figure out what the value is. It's not in any way useful, but it might obfuscate the data more. If you're like new and you don't know what you're looking at. It's probably not done very often though. Okay, let's do one more room. Let's do like the IDOR room. And then let's call it for the day. I just want to do a couple quick streams to knock out that 7-day requirement in particular. Burp Suite is something I want to, like, there is the next section on this learning path is all about Burp Suite, and they're going to give us a bunch of different tabs for it. I want to make that its own stream because Burp Suite is interesting. It's a massive dinosaur of a Java application that is just ugh. I'm actually very curious if they got any better since I tried it last in 2020. They said they were not. They didn't really do anything to it. So I have very little hope that it's actually any better than when it was then. And it was very bad back then. So there is an alternative called Zap, which is also a Java thing, but it's a little better. So I'm going to like dedicate my own stream, like one stream to that. So we're not touching that today. But yeah, that's a fun one. Apart from that though, there's a couple more of these really simple things that we've been doing so far. It does very slowly get a little harder, but it takes its sweet time before we get to the cool stuff. Like, I don't remember these being so easy. There was a complete beginner path, which I feel did a little bit more interactive stuff at the beginning, but that path is kind of like sunset. It's still there if you can find it, but you're not really meant to use it anymore, so I don't want to use it. What we will do after Burp Suite, for people who are wondering, we're going to cover Hack the Box Academy next, and that is definitely harder by an order of magnitude. That is, they'll still give you the information you need, but it's a lot more difficult. They'll essentially just give you some crumbs, and you're meant to be figuring out how to get the recipe to actually do the flag that you want you to get. It's not just type this, type this, type this. So for when you're very new, this is where you go. Tryhackme.com is where you go, and that's why I'm always so sad when I see how bad the accessibility is sometimes. Which, amusingly, we haven't really run into that much yet. We really that first stream I did that I wasn't able to archive was actually the worst one, because it has that requirement of using the attack box, which is not accessible, to use, not even the attack box, use the box itself for the room to get the stuff done. We worked around that. That was the trickiest bit. Usually there's a lot more going on that you have to do, and these are just very sort of simple so far. I kind of like that I'm not finding anything in these early rooms, actually. That's kind of good, because that also means that someone who is new to this stuff and wants to try it out will at least have a bit of a smooth ride now to do that. At some point you're going to get stuck, but at least you have these little simulations you can do, and I like that. And there's a lot more that I want to cover. Burp Suite, Zep Proxy, other GUI tools, other workarounds for things that we have no tools for yet. So there's plenty of IC null to come. It's getting awfully dark out. Just noticed, I'm looking through the window and it's just this black hole outside of this corner where I'm sitting. Interesting. Anyway, let's do this IDOR one. Learn how to find and exploit IDOR vulnerabilities in a web application, giving you access to data that you shouldn't have. Dangerous. All right, let's go easy. 30 minutes. Yeah, let's just knock this one out and then call it for the day. That's why we've been live for like 2 hours. I think that's a good number for right now. Okay, this might be a different room creator because we don't have the brief task. The first task is just, what is an IDOR? Here we go. In this room, you're going to learn what an IDOR vulnerability is, what they look like, how to find them, and a practical task exploiting a real case scenario. What is an IDOR? IDOR stands for Insecure Direct Object Reference, and is a type of access control vulnerability. This type of vulnerability can occur when a web server receives user-supplied input to retrieve objects, files, data, documents. Too much trust. Files, data, documents. Too much trust has been placed on the input data, and it is not validated on the server side to confirm the requested object belongs to the user requesting it. What does IDOR stand for? I've already forgotten. Oh, Insecure Direct Object Reference.
Steve, try alert. Your answer is
Yo,
button color
you got
button
it right.
Speech mode on demand. Speech mode off.
Task 2, an indoor example. An indoor example. Yeah, let's do that. View site. Imagine you've just signed up for an online service and you want to change your profile information. The link you click on goes to onlineservice.thm/profile question user ID equals 1305, and you can see your information. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you try changing the user ID value to 1000 instead of 1305. And to your surprise, you can now see another user's information. This almost never happens anymore, but back in the good old days of the internet in 1999, you could see this. You've now discovered an IDOR vulnerability. Ideally, there should be a check on the website to confirm that the user information belongs to the user logged requesting it. Using what you've learned above, click on the View Site button and try and receive a flag by discovering and exploiting an IDOR vulnerability. Now, let's switch to the frame here. IDOR example. Okay. My campus says that it still happens. Alright. I haven't seen it in a minute, but I'll trust you. Instructions. Check through the emails below and try and identify a URL that looks like it could potentially be vulnerable to an IDOR attack. Then click on it. Okay. THM email client from subject. Hey, let's see what we got.
Speech date. Clickable shipping online store.thm.
Online store.
Order shipped. 22/0 clickable orders in online store.thm. Order confirmation. Clickable row 4 subject column 2 welcome to Try Hackney. Clickable row 5 Saturday night. Edge of table Saturday night from column 1 Joe at fatemail.thm. Subject column 303 edge of table 0 subject clickable row 4 welcome to Try Hackney.
Let's look here.
18 clickable Saturday night 03 unlabeled separator land hi user land take a look around and join rooms to enhance your security skills land join our Discord link https/land for details about connecting to our network go to your access page link https://tryhackney.com/access mode out of frame higher frame mode out of frame tab tabs
Okay, no, nothing in
tab button higher
here.
frame for the land join our Discord clickable Saturday night Joe at fatemail.thm Saturday night
What's in Saturday night? Let's
0K just what land just hey just wondering if you are still playing poker this weekend let me know land Joe mode full is out of frame
Okay, definitely not
higher
in
frame
here.
mode Joe clickable welcome to Morley at tryhackney.com clickable 21 order confirmation orders at onlinestore.th
Order confirmation. That might be a fun one because it'll have an order ID in the
21
URL.
thank you can view your invoice. Thanks for your recent online order. Heading left clickables. Heading thanks you can view your invoice by clicking the link below. Link https://onlinestore.thm/order/1234/invoice. Mode full is active. Link http. Total land 19 jeans 1 12 t-shirt 1 cost product IP praise 190 area heading left https.
Okay, so we found it.
Try changing the URL below to view order num land. Now you can view your order construct click construct now you can view your order
Instructions. Now
confirm.
you can view your order confirmation, which contains your details. Try changing the URL below to view order number 1000. Press enter to load the new URL.
Edit https.
Okay, so there's an edit field that's supposed to be our address bar that has a thing in this.
ECI
Oops.
invoices ECIOVNI/4.
So right now it's 1 2 3 4. We're gonna change that to
432.
1000. This is one of those simulations again. You don't need any tooling for this. It's just in your browser, and I think that's the good kind of in your browser. This is readable. This is not. This is accessible, ish. You still have unlabeled buttons and unlabeled form fields all over the place, but at least you can read them. I don't mind this so much, but if you start sticking shit in your actual machines and you can't reach those, and then every time I ask, people tell me, yeah, someone's gonna reach out to you, and then you don't do that, you seriously get with the program. I've been trying to get a hold of you people for 5 months. Come on. Let's see.
Heading level 2 order 1234. Edit
I need
http.
to press
Instructions
enter.
changing the order.
There it goes.
Changing the order ID from 12.
Changing the order ID from 1234 to 1000 has displayed another user's invoice, confirming an IDOR vulnerability on the website. Oh no! Here's the flag. IDOR vuln found. Also, they have dashes.
THM.
So I'm pretty sure this is
THM IDOR vuln
not
found.
the same user
Okay.
that made the previous
Main
rooms.
landmark.
Because in case you weren't aware, you can actually make your rooms yourself. You
That's
can
too
make these yourself.
What is the flag from? Answer format. Star.
Which actually makes this harder because some rooms on paths and some rooms just out there are just made by random Tom, Dicks, and Harrys, and they don't know that you need to use alt text and all that stuff. So
Right, land.
there's maybe not as much quality control as there should be, particularly on accessibility, but what else is new? Alright. That one's done. Task 3, finding IDORs in encoded IDs. Encoded IDs. I guess we're getting more base 64 stuff. When passing data from page to page, either by post data, query strings, or cookies, web developers will often first take the raw data and encode it. Encoding ensures that the receiving web server will be able to understand the contents. Encoding changes binary data into an ASCII string, commonly using the AZ capitals, 09, and equals character for padding. Okay, so they're going for base 64 here. The most common encoding technique is base 64 encoding, and can usually be pretty easy to spot. You can use websites like base64decode.org and to decode the string, then edit the data and re-encode it again using base64encode.org, and then resubmit the web request to see if there is a change in the response. Alright, let's go. See the image below as a graphic... Okay, no, that's actually fair. They did explain it in text first. Because there is no alt text here, just an unlabeled graphic. What is a common type of encoding used by websites? Base64, I think. They only mention it like 6 times. There you go. Task 4, finding IDORs in hashed IDs. Oh, these are even more fun. Does anyone realize and notice that there's a little bit of overlap between the previous room and this one? Like, we've already done this. So I'm kind of going a little faster. Hashed IDs are a little bit more complicated to deal with than encoded ones, but they may follow a predictable pattern, such as being the hashed version of the integer value. For example, the ID number 123 would become if MD5 hashing were in use. I'm not going to read that string. Back you. It's worthwhile putting in any discovered hashes through a web service such as crackstation.net, which is what we just did before, which has a database of billions of hashed value results to see if we can find any matches. What is a common algorithm used for hashing IDs? We have 3 characters, MD5. Task 5, finding IDORs in unpredictable IDs. Uh-oh, this is even harder. What's next? If the ID cannot be detected using the above methods, an excellent method of IDOR detection is to create 2 accounts and swap the ID numbers between them. If you can view the other user's content using their ID number while still being logged in within a different account, or not logged in at all, you found a valid IDOR vulnerability. Now this is more like it. This is stuff you would actually do if you are on like Integrity or HackerOne or all on these other ones where you just literally have to poke at systems that people let you poke at. This is more along the lines of what you will start doing. Obviously you'll automate a lot of this stuff, but you will try this. This is something you will try. You'll look at the URLs, you'll change them around, you'll mess with them. You'll make 2 accounts and see if you can get each other's data somehow. That's pretty common actually. And there's boot camps, there's video courses that teach this stuff too. I'm not sure if we'll be covering those on this channel, but we'll see. What is the minimum number of accounts you need to create a check for IDORs between accounts? 2? You got it right. Task 6. Where are IDORs located? In the URL regularly, I'm guessing. The vulnerable endpoints you've targeted may not always be something you see in the address bar. It could be content your browser loads in via AJAX requests or something that you find referenced in a JavaScript file. Fair enough. Sometimes endpoints could have an unreferenced parameter that may have been of some use during development and got pushed to production. For example, you may notice a call to /user/details displaying your user information authenticated through your session. But through an attack known as parameter mining, you discover a parameter called user_ID that you can use to display other user informations. For example, /user/details question user ID equals 123. Answer the question below. Read the above. I did it. Task 7. A practical IDOR example. Didn't we already do this? Start machine. Begin by pressing the start machine button. Once press and start, click the below link and open it in a new browser tab. I'm just going to do that now. Oh, the IP is not even there yet. We can't. Coughing all the way. Let's just see what else it wants us to do. Firstly, you'll need to log in. To do this, click on the Customers section and create an account. Once logged in, click on the Your Account tab. The Your Account section gives you the ability to change your information such as username, email address, and password. You'll note the username and email fields pre-filled in with your information. We'll start by investigating how this information gets pre-filled. If you open your browser developer tools, select the Network tab and then refresh the page, you'll see a call to an endpoint, the path /API/v1/customers question ID equals user ID. I'm going to copy that path real quick. We'll need that later, I'm pretty sure. Okay. This page returns in JSON format your user ID, username, and email address. We can see from the path that the user information shown is taken from the query string's ID parameter. See below image. Screw you. Altless image, of course. You can try testing this ID parameter for an IDOR vulnerability by changing the ID to another user's ID. Try selecting users with IDs 1 and 3 and then answer the questions below. Okay, so we don't even need to make an account, honestly, because we are just going to test by not being logged in, I think. Is this loading at all? Start machine, go do shit.
Speech begin. Button start. Alert starting your machine. Please wait. Alert. Oh no, an error occurred. While starting VM, you can only deploy a maximum of 3 machines at a time.
We can only... Oh, I have not been closing the VMs. Oopsie. Let's go close one real quick.
Base 64 encoded the code.
Can I just really quickly...
History. Found clear search button. Chrome history. Current tabs from other devices to Chrome history activity. Google tab control. List of history entries. Try Acme authentication bypass try.com. Try Acme cybersecurity training. Clickable THM attack box frame graphic clickable. Out of railing navigate the dashboard page.
We can actually close a couple down
Open
here.
Intercom Messenger button 117 clickable info exit split view button. Terminate machine button. Terminate machine dialog. Are you sure you want the terminate machine button? Mode full is alert no next button clickable 120M clickable close notification button. Main landmark clickable task 5 cookies tampering close 1 unopened no next button.
There, now it should load.
Alphabet multi-line HAPZCI6 try Acme. Alert starting your machine. Please wait. Alert your machine has started. It may need
Okay, that was a bit of a thing.
Speech mode off.
We got an alert, but I had my speech off, so I couldn't actually hear the alert. My bad. Excuse me much. We're just gonna wait for this to come online. It should take like a minute or two. And then once that's been done, we can just go look at what the JSON returns, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a flag in there somewhere or something. Again, this is a little bit more like it. This is a little bit more common. This is stuff I would actually try. And like if I knew a site was not really very well secured and someone asked me to go look at it, this is one of the things I would like tamper with. Like see if I can change the URL, see if there's an API where I can change URLs, stuff like that. Link should be populated now. No, not yet. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? What? Oh, we still have this open too.
Speech mode. Mainland submit button. Submit button. Exit split view button. Tab selected either. Button 100M. Button open mode. Full is mode. Full button. Button click a button. Either frame mode. Full is active. 30 pounds. Total. Blank. Off 63 heading level HTTPS. Heading level vulnerability. Changing the instruct. Clickable. 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 Either example. Out of frame content info landmark. Link either clickable. 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 Instructions. Click. Either out of frame link. Follow us on Insta. Link. Follow us on.
I'm gonna refresh this page to get rid of that
Try Acme cybersecurity.
frame in the bottom. We don't need it anymore, so.
Mode. Button open it. Button 100. Clickable content info land. Link. Follow us on. Link. Follow us on. Banner link. Try link. Navigate main landmark. Either heading level 1. Clickable task 3 finding IORS and encoded IDS region https/www.https task 4 finding IORS task 7 the practical either example region https.
Okay, we have an IP now, so we can go here.
Visited. Acme support. Home. Google.
Beautiful.
Tool. AT.
Same that ACMI support. It'll never leave me alone. It'll never let me sleep.
Speech
All
mode
right, let's go paste this in here. And we're gonna change. I don't think we need that period, and I don't think we need to braces either. So I'm just going to remove those and put in number 1. Error, you are not authenticated. Does it also do that for 3? Let's try out. 3. Error, you are not authenticated. Okay, so it's really just having a problem with the fact that I'm not logged in at all. Which means I guess I have to go make an account real quick. We'll do that. Customers. Yeah. This is a login. Oh, sign up. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Sign up. Username super hacker. Password, this email. super@hacker.com. Password, blah, blah. Super good password, blah, blah. Sign in. Or I'll sign up rather, but it does the same thing. Yeah, we're logged in now, so let's try this again. Just gonna remove this bit. I'm gonna put this in here, and we're gonna put, let's try 3 again.
Speech mode page, but we could not find that page. To select language, selection remove, S.
Uh-oh.
Lang, HREMOTSUC slash.
What did I do wrong?
Space, HHT.
Oh, there's 2 slashes, that's already bad.
Slash.
Move this 1 slash. API v1 customer ID. Remove the dot. This bit and put in number 3.
1 selection removed. 10-10-170.
Hey, look at that. We are now looking at username John. Well, John91 even.
19N911 quote.
John911. Well then. Email j@fakemail.thm. All right, that's the first one. Let me see if that's a question that you have to answer.
Answer format. What is the answer to the question? What is the username for user?
What is the username of the user ID 1? We're looking at.
HTTPS
What are we looking at? 1.
3.
No, 3.
Lang.
So we need to look at 1. This is 1. Username is Adam84.
Facility M84 selected. Adam84.
This is what Jason sounds like.
1 username. Adam84 email. Adam84@fakemail.thm. Adam84 unselected. Try.
Not actually that bad because I have my punctuation all the way down, but it can be pretty rough with like the brackets and the quotes and everything. One reason why I have to turn that off. Yeah, we got it right. What is the email address of user ID 3? We just were just there.
Pretty print check.
Back.
Pretty printed. Free.
You can pretty print this, which is not super helpful for us, but so it's j@fakemail.thm. Let's fill that in.
Answer. What is the email address for user 3? Answer format. Answer format.
j@fakemail.thm.
Dialog. Leave feedback button.
And we're done. We're gonna leave this on the screen here. We did 3 things. We're almost 2 hours in. What are we in? 10:53. Let's find a person to raid. Let's have a look here. Whoosh. What are we looking at? We got 4 viewers. We've been having 4 viewers for this entire time. I find that suspicious. Who are all of you? That's fine. Let me find someone to read.
Speech mode talk.
I will also turn my speech off. You guys don't need to hear all that.
Headphones. Artist.
There. Okay. What we got? Is anyone awake that is doing this kind of stuff? Otherwise, I will have to go find. Okay, that's happening. That's a gamer. I don't even know what that is. Okay, let's just go find someone on Twitch like we usually do. Stop hacking Twitch. There's like a tag and you can bring it up and then you can see. Here we are. Browse. Anyone that's doing this kind of stuff. Well, blah, blah, blah. Live. Who's live doing this currently? We need to get our face out there. Virtual abs. Electronique le hack. Looks like a French. What is it with French hackers on Twitch? I've seen like several people who are doing this in French. Pretty cool, but why? Why is it always French people? You're doing some other thing. Huh. Ira Sakai. What are you doing? Ghost of Tsushima? No, that's not hacking. What are you doing? TX Haka. I can see that. Yeah, it's hacking. I am hacking the system. And if you don't like it, I will hit you with my baguette. Let's see. We can always go to Bitcoin full node Ubuntu mate server. What the hell? This is like, there's no one doing this right now. Anyone who's doing coding, maybe, like a coding stream. Twitch programming. We gotta go find someone who's doing stuff. Like Africa's not live, are they? Otherwise I just go there. I would know. Let's see. Let's see if there's any programming things happening. This is nothing either. What is this? I think I might just have to just add out for today, because there's no one I can find that would be like yeah, I do need to find a crypto bro. I did see like a crypto server that's just being streamed all day for no reason, so I don't think anyone is even looking at that. But yeah, no, I don't see anyone that's somewhat like on topic, honestly. What is this? Yeah, I'm looking for programming and I got Borderlands 2 because yeah, that's totally the same thing. I'm so confused. Okay, well, I think honestly that I'm just gonna call it today then, guys. I don't have anyone to go to. I need to find more friends that do this kind of stuff and figure it out, because right now, nothing. Well, that's fine. So essentially tomorrow is going to be game. I'm going to try really hard to see if I get my PlayStation to capture. And then if we can, we all might do some Spider-Man and some God of War Ragnarok on the Zersiax channel. I might be back on either Thursday or Friday, maybe doing some VS Code. Showing off how that all works, and then maybe on Sunday I'll do something. I'll have to see how I divide it up, but it also depends on how much work I have to do. But yeah, that's basically it for today then. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I had fun. We did a couple more rooms. Burp Suite's coming up soon. I do want to blast through the last few of these web things. There's like 3 or 4 more. So that's, I think, it's like one more stream, or we might just take a break from these and do Burp Suite next week. I kind of want a break from these really simple, basic things, and give like an opportunity to rant about a program a little bit more. So I might do Burp Suite next week, and then like try Hack Me again after, and then after that we'll do Hack the Box Academy and get a little bit of a spike in difficulty right there. But for the moment, I'm out. I have done enough for this today. I am going to talk to people about graphics and other such things. Do keep in mind, I will try to see if I can get the simultaneous YouTube stream to happen. I also heard some questions about PeerTube and Owncast. Honestly, I don't know anything about these platforms, but I will look into it. And with that, I think that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Have a great time, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.